What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It is arm day today, biceps and triceps. I'm starting with biceps. I'm doing the same thing as what a similar sort of thing as I did last week, except last week, remember, I paired my triceps to chest, did biceps separately. I'm putting them together today, antagonistic body parts. But I am still doing the circuits. You know, I just find the blood volume that I'm getting from it and the amazing pumps and the lactic acid buildup is so painful. I just want to keep repeating it because I know with that pain will come pleasure. With the sacrifice will come the success. So this is what I'm doing. I'm starting off with the cable curls on the row machine here. So it's kind of like a cable preacher, if you like, just a different stress from doing it standing. So I am changing things up a little bit. Then I'll go straight from there to drag curls with the barbell, straight from the drag curls on the barbell to the alternate dumbbell curl. Now what I'll do is start off bilaterally. So I'm hitting both arms at the same time. Then once I reach failure, I go into a unilateral movement. Once I'm done with that, I go over to like the preacher curl, lying face down on an incline bench because there's no preacher bench here. And then I'll go back over to the same dumbbells I just worked with and do hammer curls. And again, I start bilaterally. And when I reach failure, I go into a unilateral movement. So I'm hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises in that circuit. Then I rest for a good couple of minutes and then I repeat it. I'm going to do that for biceps for 4 sets. Rep range is around 15. Sometimes as low as like 10 or 12 if I really reach failure early. And then I'll rest pause until I get out to that 15. So yeah, a lot of repetitions, a lot of volume, a lot of intensity, but that's what's getting the biceps to grow. I feel that I don't need a massive amount of weight to get the biceps to respond. There's a good cross-section of fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers that respond to, yes, heavier weights, but also very, very well to a lot of volume, which is exactly what I'm putting through today. So I don't have to put so much stress onto my connective tissue of my tendons and ligaments and my joints, but I put all the stress onto the muscle and here as well. As long as I can start to encompass and get used to the pain again and embrace it, then I'll be able to pursue and evolve, you know, as long as my recovery's down. You know, I did a lot with my recovery last night, made sure I drank a lot of hydrogen-rich water, a lot of amino synergy, my essential amino acids, finished off in an infrared sauna last night. I started with infrared on the Juve this morning, did cardio to get the blood flowing as well and get the nutrients around my system. And then my pre-workout meal was my whey isolate with cream of wheat. Just find it so light. So when I do take my pre-workout, I find I get an enhanced pump, an enhanced effect from pre-cage. So I took that about 40 minutes before, and obviously I'm having my in-cage right now and staying hydrated. So let's get into this bad boy. Done and dusted. That is it. Today's workout. A lot of volume, a lot of circuits for both biceps and triceps. And then, because I felt naughty, I did some carbs at the end. Did some seated carbs really to target the soleus more than anything. My gastrocnemius, to be honest with you, is still quite sore. I went for a run a couple of days ago, and a lot of it was on an incline up to a place called Table Rock. And because I've added some body weight as well, I just started getting massive pumps when I was running with all that plantar flexion. And as a result, 2 days later, my calves are sore, specifically my gastrocnemius. So I thought, well, at least I can hit my soleus. Soleus is targeted usually throughout the seated calves, or if your legs are bent when you're performing an exercise. If they're locked out straight, then that's going to be more so your gastrocnemius. So I did 5 sets there of some volume of 20 repetitions, so over 100 reps here. What I'll do is when I get to about 20, I'll knock out some fast there. So it looks like I'm bouncing, but believe me, I went strict leading up to that with a full contraction, slow range of motion, full range of motion, and slow on the negative there. And man, they feel pumped right now. And so my job right now is to have my recaged. I've also got some added creatine in it and a scoop of BCAAs to give me an insulin spike without the carbohydrates that's usually needed for an insulin spike, providing you've got a fast digesting protein. Like, do not be taking fucking blends straight after your workout. I have no idea where that concept came from, except for a lot of supplement companies touting that that's the best. Why? Because it's a very, very cheap protein to purchase and manufacture, so of course it's their best, you know. However, companies that know that the best protein to take post-workout is an isolate, but it will cost that company a shitload more to produce that. An isolate is much more pure. There's no impurities, there's less lactose, the peptides are much smaller. So obviously there's different proteins for different goals, and that is the one that you take specifically post-workout, you know. And you can take isolates throughout the day, obviously, combine it with your carbohydrates if you need to fill in your gaps. But you know, solid foods is where you try to get the majority of those amino acids in, you know. You fill in the voids with your supplements, because what we're doing here is abnormal. So we need abnormal amounts, in general terms, of specific vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, macros, minerals, etc., etc. You know, we oxidize a lot. We go through a lot of free radical damage. Anyway, so that is it for now. You know, one thing that I will want you to take home is that the results that you're going to get from in here is going to be based on consistency, controlling your environment, and more so than anything, it's going to be your mental tenacity, your visualization, not just like your visualization within the gym, it's a visualization outside of the gym. You know, going for what you really, really want, what you crave in life, and nothing superficial, you know, that's going to cause doubt or weakness or cravings, you know, where you kind of, okay, fuck it, I've had an emotional day, I'm just going to eat sweets, or I'm not going to get up this morning and do my cardio. You need to create that discipline in your life and be consistent with it, and control your environment against all the factors out there, the marketing of shitty foods, shitty supplements, and procrastination, easy, comfortable, and procrastination. You know, because in this day and age, we've become a victim of it, and people are becoming softer. Testosterone levels have become lower and lower. They're at their all-time low. They've been declining over the past 20 years, and obesity is at its highest, so that's causing testosterone to drop even more, you know, and we're becoming very, very fucking soft. So harden the fuck up, and I'll see you tomorrow.